What the f*** are you doing, bro?
How's it going, everybody? Machalo! Today we're going to be reviewing probably one of the most frustrating videos I've ever seen by a YouTuber called Wheelie Kay. He's the Papa Wheelie Man, and he's got 92,000 subscribers, and every one of his videos, as far as I know, is about popping a wheelie. He's the Papa Wheelie Man. I'm the Papa Wheelie Man. Hi, cars! Arr, you be popping a pretty good wheelie there. Oh, thanks, Papa Wheelie Pirate. Arr, don't mention it. In this video, he ends up getting hit by a car. Now, what's so frustrating about it, in the context of the video, all of his friends are really pissed off at this driver, so it makes you think maybe this driver's at fault. But what's really frustrating is if you watch the full clip, which I'll play in a moment, you'll wonder, how did these people even think the driver was at fault at all? But I will give you a reason why maybe the driver is at fault. And then you guys can tell me who's actually at fault. Here's a tip, though. It really is just the cyclist. The cyclist is at fault. But let's go ahead and watch the full video clip now, and we'll break it down. All right, so here he is with his buddies, and there he goes, popping a wheelie, true to form. And that honk that you heard back there, that was also a supportive honk. People want him to know they like what he's doing. Now, this is the moment where he cuts off a minivan in the left lane, and then he tries to weave in front of this Mercedes in the right lane before he hits this truck. But gosh darn it, he didn't make it. And they're very upset at this driver for driving in his lane and not offering room to Papa Wheelie Man to get some room. What are you doing, man? Gosh darn it, you just hit my wheel. You just ran over my front wheel. He's the Papa Wheelie Man, though. Does he really need the front wheel?
Yo, move the car back. Move the car back. Look what you've done.
Move it back, bro.
Move back a little bit.
Yeah, look what you've done. You ran over my wheelie that I pop. What the fudge? And there you go. They're trying to rip his hood ornament off. Did you see that? Because they're very mad at him. And justice served. You popped my wheel. I'm going to rip your hood ornament off. But they didn't do it because those things are actually pretty tricky to rip off.
Stupid driver.
What a dickhead. Now, I went ahead and I asked Papa Wheelie Man, hey, Papa Wheelie Man, can I use your video clip and offer a reason why the driver might be at fault here? And so that's what I'm going to do now, because there is a reason to believe that perhaps the driver intentionally hit Papa Wheelie Man. Now let's watch it right here. So this is the moment where Papa Wheelie Man cuts in front of the minivan. Let me go back to that part because it's pretty uncourteous and completely reckless to cut in front of this minivan so carelessly. But he does it anyway. I mean, obviously this person doesn't care about being hit by traffic. So there, right in front of the minivan. And then here we go. He's going to he doesn't want to be behind this truck. He wants to get in front of this Mercedes. So he's going to do his best. You know what? He might not be trying to get in front of it. He might, in fact, just trying to lane split like he was doing back here. Okay, so that's what I think he's aiming to do. He just wants to lane split and get in between the truck and the Mercedes, I think. Now, he's racing the Mercedes, and then he realizes, shit, I'm not going to make it. So he puts his popped wheelie down, and he starts to try to lane split. But the Mercedes is all the way over to the left side of his lane, offering no room between this enormous truck in the left lane and the Mercedes. And what ends up happening is Papa Wheelie Man gets frustrated. And he says, gosh darn it, you monkey claw. You just gave me no room to cut in front of you. I'm going to punch your hood and leave a couple of dents in your hood because you're such a gosh darn bad man. Now, this is, I think, another reason why the driver may be at fault. So somebody's smashing your hood and you're frustrated. And in a flash of anger, instead of veering to the right to give the Wheelie Man, the Papa Wheelie Man, a little bit more room, he actually veers his vehicle to the left, smashing the Papa Wheelie Man's front tire. Right there. Okay? Now, I think that's a flash of anger. Like, this dickhead is smashing the hood of my car. And I'm just going to move my car really quick to the left just to maybe stick it to him. You know, that's a careless decision. You've ran over his bike tire a little bit, and now everyone's pissed at him. So at this point, the driver keeps his cool. He sees everyone's really frustrated at him. He might have even seen the camera right there when the Papa Wheelie Man's yelling at him. Look at him. So he might see that camera. He's like, all right, they might have this on video, but I'm pretty sure I'm not at fault here because this guy's being a idiot while popping a wheelie down the roadway. Now, okay, so that was the second time I watched the video. Let me just stress that. That was only the second time when I watched the video where I thought, hey, maybe this driver did try to hit the Papa Wheelie Man, right? Then I watched it a third time, and there's another factor at play that completely explains why the driver might have veered to the left side of his lane, giving the Papa Wheelie Man very little room in his case. Now, let me show you what that reason is when we go back. The reason is right here. Look, this is the Mercedes that hits the Papa Wheelie Man, okay? It's right here. And these are the other cyclists in Papa Wheelie Man's group, and they're on the right side of this car. And so I think logically, the driver of the Mercedes is actually staying to the left side of his lane as much as possible to give these other cyclists room, right? I mean, look they're right there next to him, and of course he's going to be to the left of his lane. He thinks maybe there's more coming, I don't know. But then there's this cyclist on the left. Maybe he doesn't see the cyclist on the left. They're in England, so everyone's driving on the right side. So there's every reason to think that perhaps the driver of this Mercedes did not see Papa Wheelie Man coming and was in fact trying to give as much room as possible to any possible cyclists that were coming up on his right side. That's what makes sense to me. All right, well, that's it for this video. I want to know what your thoughts are down in the comments. Do you think Papa Wheelie Man here is the one at fault? Because he is. Or do you think that the driver's at fault for staying in his lane and maybe perhaps offering enough room for the other asshole cyclists on his right to have a clear shot to ride their bikes? All right, let me know down in the comments. All right, everybody, if you liked this video, thumbs up, and if you hated it, well, thumbs down. And as always, please subscribe.